Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you are here. We are going to be practicing a Yin Asana today in my backyard with me. and where our focus is the heart, sending love into the heart this week. That is our self-love focus. We're in the manomaya kosha, which is the emotional body, mental and emotional body, which are so connected. And you notice that our thoughts are deeply connected to our emotional state. So we're really basking in that body of emotion. And it's a beautiful body to bask in when we have no judgment. We can just bask in that nectar of the beautiful emotions, whatever they are that arise, and we feel them fully. And remembering this manomaya kosha is inside of us, as well as it expands out away from the body. But the manomaya kosha is in us, just like the pranamaya kosha. In all the koshas, the body is the most dense. It has that nice defined line, but all the other koshas are inside the body, deeper inside, and they expand further out from the body. And our niyam this week is Svadhyaya, and this is self-reflection, self-study, and self-reflection. So this is a good practice. We'll kind of combine it all, basking in the manomaya kosha, bringing love into the heart, and self-reflection at the same time. So let's get into a nice, comfortable, seated position, feeling that earth underneath you. And drop into breath awareness, noticing the breath. Connecting with that breath and allowing it to be what it is for a moment. And dropping down into the belly breathing, abdominal breathing. All your awareness on that belly breath. As we breathe into the belly, it sends a response, a message to the nervous system. You're safe. Nervous system can shift into the parasympathetic relaxation response, releasing the serotonin and all the health building hormones. Let's move into that 3-part yogic breath, like a wave, inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing at the top of the breath, and then letting it go naturally. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, like a wave into the chest. Pausing at the top of the breath, engaging the bandhas, and watch that energy build inside you. Exhaling when it's natural. And continuing on your own for a few more 3-part yogic breaths at your own pace. One more breath. Let's do one more pranayama, the Nadi Shodhana. Alternate nostril breathing. So it's Vishnu Mudra. You can curl that pointer middle in, or you can bring them up to your third eye. And using the thumb and the finger to alternately block off the nostril. I am using my right hand, so my thumb's going to close off my right nostril. And we're always switching on the exhale. So let's bring that thumb to close off the right nostril. Inhaling through the left. And switch. Exhale. Using the finger to close it off and exhaling out the right. Inhaling same side. And exhale, switching. Closing off the right and exhaling out the left. Inhale left, same side. And switching at the exhale. Closing off the left and exhaling through the right. And continuing on for a few more breaths on your own. We're balancing the right and left brain. We're balancing those nadis. And one more breath. And on your exhale, you can just release the hands whenever you're on your exhale. Taking a moment, I have chin mudra, a thumb and pointer connected, relaxing and noticing the sensations. And taking this moment to check in with how your physical body feels. Your prana body, energy. Diving into that manomaya kosha. Basking in that emotional sea of dynamic energy, kaleidoscope, not needing to label the emotions, just basking in. None are good or bad, right or wrong, nothing to push away, just letting it all be. And bring yourself to that intention that you set. Setting an intention, something that you want to create and manifest in your life, and that brings positive emotions. And we are going to bask in those emotions and stating it in the present as if it's already manifested. It's already the truth. Bask in those visions and emotions for a few breaths. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And we're going to begin in the child's pose. Xander's here, but you can't see him yet. So coming into a child's pose as we take a few more breaths and bring that love into the heart and bask in that manomaya kosha, really embodying the koshas in the subtle body. Rather than just talking about them and lecturing about them, we're going to bring them onto the mat and into our practice. And on your next inhale, coming up and coming through the table and moving into a nice up dog. Feeling nice extension of the spine. And gently flowing back and forth from your child's pose to your up dog, making any little movements in between. You might want to circle the hips. You want to add a little cat-cow at any point. Keeping that breath flowing and that love coming into your heart. And enjoy the flow. Fully present. And finishing up again in child's pose, but taking your time, making any last little movements, and then coming back into your child's pose as you bring some positive affirmation, self-reflection, basking in the manomaya kosha. And gently coming up. And we're going to bring, oh, there you are. Hello. Let's bring those feet together in a Bask. Xander came into view. I got my chickens in front of me. Late bloomer looking at me. Let's flap those butterfly wings. Just imagine you're a butterfly. I'm going to visit some flowers. I have a lot of flowers. They're going to have to change the view so you can see all the flowers. Let's see. I don't know how far I can go. There's some pretty flowers over there. Those are my favorite. Hi, baby. Flapping those butterfly wings. And letting those wings come to a rest, bringing those legs down towards the earth. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine, engage those bandhas, the mala bandha, all three bandhas. And on the exhale, hinging at the hips. Noticing the sensations in the hips. What's going on in your body as you move into more and more sacred embodiment. And let's take a nice deep inhale as we rest on this edge. And on your exhale, hinging just a micro bit deeper if you can. And then rounding the spine, moving into a nice butterfly forward fold. Basking in that manomaya kosha. Bringing love to the heart. Self-reflection. Well, the next inhale coming up. Beautiful job. And let's bring one leg out. Go move into a single leg forward fold. In practice, it's always nice to have forward folds because that's when we go in. Energy is naturally coming in. So the first thing you can do is you can inhale, you can bring those arms up as you lengthen the spine. And then let's bring the hands down to the heart as we hinge so we don't create any extra stress on the lower back. Facing that foot and coming down and finding your edge again. And you can release the hands. Let's take a nice deep inhale as we rest on this edge. And on your exhale, see if you can hinge just a little bit deeper. And then rounding the spine. Massaging that foot if you can. With great love for yourself. And basking in that manomaya kosha. That sea of emotion that dwells within you. And on your next inhale, coming up. Beautiful job. And let's switch legs. Right leg out. I'm going to take the left foot and rest it on that inner thigh. Inhaling, lengthening, and you can bring the arms up or just lengthen. And bring the hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra, and begin to hinge. So my spine isn't moving. I'm just moving in that hip. The hip is hinging. And find your edge. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in, resting on the edge. And as you exhale, hinging forward. Bringing the hands to the earth, rounding the back. And rest in that manomaya kosha, bringing love to the heart, going within. On the next inhale, coming up. Beautiful job. Let's bring both legs out. Just flop those legs. Windshield wiper the feet a little bit. Beautiful. And move into a nice gentle seated twist. So I have my left leg out. I'm going to take the right leg, bring that in. Inhaling as I lengthen my spine. And I have my left arm hugging that right leg in, taking my right hand behind my right buttocks. Inhaling as I lengthen the spine. And exhale, I'm going to twist to turn over that right shoulder, gazing over to see Xander. Hi, Xandy. Hi, Yin. Every inhale, we're going to lengthen. And on every exhale, twist. One more breath. And on your exhale, back, forward. Micro bend to the other side. And let's switch the feet. So I'm going to take my left leg and bend it and bring it over to the outside of the right leg. Wrapping the right arm around the left leg and hugging it in. Left hand behind the left buttocks. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twist. Continuing for a few more breaths on your own. Fully present. Basking in that manomaya kosha. Connected deeply to the emotions. No judgment. Feeling that love for the self. Pouring that love into the heart. Over and over again. One more breath. And release. Beautiful. Walk those legs again. And she'll wipe for them a little bit. We're going to move into just a half balancing bear. If you really want to go into the full balancing bear, you can, but we're in a yin, a day today, and this is going to be a yin week for you. It's week 9 of the hybrid teacher training, so it's your opportunity to take a little break, 2 more weeks, a little breather. It's our time to rest in that manomaya kosha and honor the heart, Anahata chakra. We're on this week. So I have my right heel rooted in the earth, and I just take the left leg up and stretch it and move it around in ways that feel good, that feel the stretch feels good, that feel nice, maybe a little closer into the body. Move further out. And a little further in. You play around with what feels good for you. And then you can also bend the knee and make some movements that bend. Just playing around with that leg. So many birds here. Robins, blackbirds, doves, little tiny songbirds. And let's release that leg and go to the other side. Beautiful. And releasing that leg down. Beautiful job. And we're going to come down onto the earth. We're going to move into a nice pit. We are on a reclined pigeon. We're supine, and we're going to bring that left ankle to rest just above the right knee. And lift that right leg up, clasping the hands behind the hamstring, the right hamstring, and gently pulling the leg into the body. And basking in the beautiful sensations, the manomaya kosha, in the heart of the body. Maybe think of a few things you can praise yourself about or acknowledge yourself. For one, being in this practice. And one more breath here. And then switching over to the other side. Just right ankle, the left, lifting that left foot up, clasping the hands behind the left hamstring and pulling that leg in. And engage the bandhas and breathe. Fully present to the sensations, basking in the manomaya kosha in the heart. And releasing that leg on the next breath. Beautiful job. Let's just bring those legs up, flexing and extending the feet, giving those veins a little vacation, a little break. Maybe imagining that waterfall of light pouring off your flexed feet, pouring into your heart. Beautiful. And let's bring those legs in a little closer if you like. Hands behind the calves or whatever works. Bring that in. And this is where you can use a strap over the soles of the feet. That helps. A nice gentle stretch. Never forcing or pushing. Just allowing the body to open gently. Keeping those bandhas engaged and bringing in the prana with the breath. And bring the hands around the outside of the feet, or if you have a strap, we're going to just open those legs up. And you can gently pull them in towards the body, honoring your edge. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Fully present with the self, basking in that manomaya kosha. That deeper self, more expanded self. What we are on the level of mind, capital M mind, not the lower ego mind. Beautiful. Let's bring those feet together and let's bring them down, stretching them out and move into our fish, Asana. So the hands are palms down and I'm going to bring one hand under each buttocks, snug my arms close as I can to my body. Nice, Andrew. And on the next inhale, pressing into those elbows and forearms as you lift the chest and the head, relaxing the head, and gently coming down to rest the crown of the head, top of the head onto the earth, feeling a nice arch in that upper thoracic, that upper back. Chest is open, heart is open. Engage the bandhas and breathe and bask in that manomaya kosha. Basking in self-love. One more nice deep breath. And on the next inhale, coming up, straightening up the spine, head, and gently coming back. And let's release the hands and bring those knees into the chest and roll around a little bit. And we're going to bring the feet to the earth, knees are up, and we're going to move into, could be moving into either a supported bridge, you can put a block under that sacrum, or a cushion, or a pillow, or a bolster underneath you, or you can move in. I don't have any props, so I'm going to just move into a two-legged table. And if you want to move into a full table, you can. And with my two-legged table, I'm going to come down and move up a few times. Coming down nice and slowly as I massage those vertebrae in the back. Releasing one vertebrae at a time from the upper thoracic to the lower lumbar. And moving in at your own pace, in and out, holding the pose as long as you like. Rooted in the heart, anahata, basking in self-love and emotions. finishing up where you're supported, where you're just flowing back and forth. You want to just remain in your supported bridge. I'm just going to go into a little short meditation, resting in our heart. Basking in that part of the universe. Trusting the heart. Sinking even deeper in. Sending even more love. You only have one heart. It is with you forever, for all eternity. Beautiful. Let's move into a nice supine twist. So I have my left leg straight out, coming up onto that left side, just a little, bending that right knee and bringing the right knee over to the left. Left hand is guiding it over. And I'm going to extend the right arm out and turn the head to gaze out over the right fingertips. And breathe. One more nice deep breath. And on your next inhale, coming back. You switch legs. Bringing that left leg over. Right hand to guide the left leg and the left arm out 90 degrees, gazing out over the left fingertips. Noticing the sensations, basking in your own heart. You are never truly alone because you always have your heart, and it will never abandon you. Your heart will never leave you, reject you. Always eternally there. And one more nice deep breath. And the next inhale, gently and kindly coming back. Let's bring the knees into the chest, rocking back and forth, releasing, relaxing that lower back. Let's bring the feet together in Baddha Konasana and relax them in towards the body, wrapping the hands around the feet and pulling them in. Resting on the gentle edge, engage the bandhas, and let's bask in our own heart, our eternal true love. moving around a little bit if you like. Rocking. And let's grab the outer edges of the feet. Bend those knees, feet up towards the sky, and gently pulling the knees down as you feel that nice hip opening with both hips simultaneous. And baby. And whenever you like, move into your happy baby, kicking around a little bit, feeling the legs and the sensations in the legs. As you bring your awareness into the body, you become more embodied. What we are is awareness, non-physical awareness. When we bring that sacred awareness to the physical, we become more empowered. And when you're ready, releasing the feet, we'll move into our releases and then Savasana. Knees are up, feet are hip width, and we'll move into Kula. Feeling those hips swivel. Sacrum, everything's flat on the earth. Just swiveling those hips. Releasing and relaxing that lower back. Keeping the breath flowing. And when you're ready, move into hip pointers, pointing one hip up at a time while the other butt cheek is rooted into the earth. Just one hip at a time. And you might want to start to move a little more if you want. Feeling those hips. And coming back to center, moving into cat. As you press the small of the back into the earth. And cow as you arch that low back, that lumbar spine up off the earth. Moving back and forth in cat-cow, flexion and extension of the spine. Keeping the breath flowing. And coming back to center. Walking those feet out a little bit, and let's drop one knee at a time into the center. Single knee drop. Maybe one more time on either side. And coming back to center. And bringing those feet together and flopping them over to one side or the other. Opening up the knee on top, bringing it gently over, maybe resting in a nice butterfly. And then bringing the bottom down. And then lifting that top one. Or you might want to just windshield wiper the legs. Find what works for you. And coming back to center, making any little moves you need. You might want to bring those knees into the chest. Maybe you have one last stretch or move you want to make. And getting yourself ready and comfortable for Savasana. You want to be on your back. It's nice to have those feet apart a little, the arms out, feet out, and letting the body completely relax. Rest into the earth. Feel that support holding you. Releasing all muscular tension and diving into silent stillness as we rest in silence and integrate the practice. Mind, body, and spirit. Staying deeply connected to that heart. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Nice and slowly come back. You need to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretch out the arms and the legs. And rolling over to one side or the other. And when you're ready, coming up to a seated position. And coming into center, taking that moment to check in. Physical body, the energy body, and diving into that emotional body and that manomaya kosha, dropping into the heart. And just noticing. And bring yourself back to that intention you set. Feeling the emotions as if it's right here, right now. I'm releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And we will finish with our namaste prayer. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.